How's it going? This is Charity from Scrap Fair Knits. Today is Sunday, January the 29th, and I'm really excited the sun is out. I wanted to podcast last week, but didn't because the weather has been dismal here. It's been so cloudy and so rainy. I just didn't feel like you could see very well what I had to show you, so I waited until today. I did go to Vogue Knitting Live, so I have kind of my haul from VKL to share with you, and I met a lot of wonderful podcasters that I was hoping to get to meet, and I got a lot of selfies. I didn't get selfies with all of the people that I met, but I got them with the majority, and so if you follow my Instagram, you've already seen them, but I will put a little slide at the end that has my favorite pictures that I took while I was at Vogue Knitting Live. I would like to welcome any returning viewers and say welcome and thanks for checking me out. To any new viewers out there, hang out, follow, click the subscribe in the down bar, and then you'll be notified anytime I upload a podcast. So I'm not wearing any hand knits right this minute. I've been wearing my socks all week. Almost every day I wear hand knit socks now, which I love. I love that I have enough. I don't really have enough to last 7 days, but we usually wash clothes in there, so I do some repeaters during the week. I'm going to start off with finished objects. I have one object that is blocked and drying, which was a test knit for a friend of mine. It's going to be her first pattern, so I can't show that today. But yay, it's finished. I had put some other things kind of on hold to hurry and finish that. Oh, I'm sorry, this is going to bother me. I had put some things on hold to get that all finished, and it's done, and it's blocking, and I love it, and I sent her pictures, so I can't wait to share that with you. But I did finish right before Vogue Knitting Live, or in time to wear at Vogue Knitting Live. I finished my trench coat socks. This is the trench coat colorway from Turtle Pearl. They're a little fuzzy because they have been worn a few times now. But this is a self-striping yarn from Turtle Pearl Yarns. She does a beautiful job. There's a little bit of white in that stripe, but who cares? And I knit these afterthought everything, and then pulled down to the next repeat of the black and white to get my heels and toes looking like this. And I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I'm sorry they're a little fuzzy because they've been worn a few times now. But they fit great, and I love them. They're 80-10-10. They're cashmere, so they're fabulous. These are my first cashmere socks. This yarn was a Christmas present to me from my friend Lauren, and she is knitting the same socks, but I wanted mine finished in time to wear to Vogue Knitting Live, and I made that happen. So, oh, the color's not trench coat. Maybe the color is trench coat. But anyway, I call them my trench coat socks. They're on my Ravelry project page, and I adore them. I think these are the first socks I started in 2010, 2017. What year is it? I don't know. Anyway. No, these were my Christmas Eve cast on, I think, because I got these right before Christmas. But anyway, I finished them, and I love them. They're amazing. Like I said, it's a shawl, and it's finished, and it's blocking, and I can't share that with you today, but I can share with you things I have been working on. This is my Cozy Schlanket. I'm well into Clue 2. It's a mystery cowl, so I just want to warn you if you haven't finished your Clue 2 yet, which most people, I think, who are doing it as the M cowl are finished. But this is one of the things I kind of put aside. I did take this to Vogue Knitting Live with me and work on it, so I'm going to show it to you real quick. I think I had shown it to you last I was finished with Clue 1. But this is part of the way through Clue 2. I've got my second color in. I love it. I am knitting this as a gift for my sister who's going to love it. These are her colors. And this is the Cozy Schlanket Shawl by Mina Phillip, or Knitting Expat. It's a Knitting Expat design. The shawl is great. It looks beautiful. I've seen it finished on her podcast this week. And I absolutely am excited to finish this. I may or may not cast on another one. I don't know if I would like a shawl this this weight because I get hot, but I know my sister will love it, and I think it's beautiful, and it's a really fun knit. I highly recommend it as a gift knit for sure because it's just a lot of fun. Okay, and I'm storing that in my Lolo Did It project bag sent to me by the lovely Lauren at Lolo Did It. She makes, the last couple of years she's made a few of these around Christmas time and has auctioned them on Instagram, which is a lot of fun, and she makes really good project bags. This one is bigger than the one, I won one last year and I bought one last year, and this one is bigger than both of those, and I'm really enjoying the size. So it went with me to New York. Oh, and the yarn is just Patton's pure wool worsted. So, and I don't remember the color names being excited. I think they're just like charcoal, red, and black. I have in my Star Knits project bag, my Star Knits Harry Potter project bag that has some beautiful bejeweledness from, it's my Weasley's Wizarding, my Weasley's pen from where I went to Harry Potter World in Orlando this summer. I've restarted a sock, and I actually have to rip back the pattern part. But this is the this is the Abraham number socks that I had cast on last year. I actually frogged them before January 1st and recast them on. I started again. When I get to the pattern, I was making a mistake. So I emailed the designer, Dammy's Doodles, of Geeky Girls Knit Podcast fame, but I emailed Dammy and I was like, Dammy, I'm having a problem. I love these socks. I really want to knit them. I've cast them on twice now. Is there a tutorial? And so she linked me to a tutorial for, I mean, I was having trouble with, this is the bow stitch and it's done in pearls, but she sent me a really good Knit One Below tutorial video, which I'll put in the down bar for you. I'll put in the show notes over at the Scrap Fair Knits Ravelry group. That's what I'll do. But I'll put that tutorial in case anybody else wants to knit these. These are the Abraham number socks, and the yellow yarn is Eggs by No Makers. I don't know what I was about to say, but it wasn't No Makers, but it's Eggs by No Makers. This is my little cupcake progress keeper given to me by my friend Lauren. But anyway, and I decided, I had cast these on originally just in the yellow, and then I decided, you know, I love the movie White Christmas, and when they do the Abraham number, the dress that the girl who's in the movie that I can't remember her name, but the dress she's wearing has some black accents, and I decided I wanted black accents in my socks. And so this black stripe is just some Cascade Heritage sock yarn, and I don't believe it has a fun colorway name, so I think the label's in here, but I'm not sure. I didn't even wind the whole skein of Cascade Heritage because it was black. And these are Chalgu needles, size 2.25, that I'm knitting these socks magic loop. I'm going to pull out to just the end of the toe before where the pattern starts. I'm going to cast on the second sock, and then I'm going to start knitting them two at a time. That's my current plan for those when I'm knitting them correctly anyway. I am also knitting because I was having trouble with those socks. I decided what I really need is just some plain vanilla socks, and I have a ton of Felici, which I have never knit with. Have you ever knit with Felici? This is the Balloon Ride colorway. This is the skein I haven't cracked into yet because I was going to knit this on DPNs, and I literally just ran downstairs, grabbed one skein, and cast them on before work one morning, and I've already gotten really far. And this is not an actual pattern that anybody did. I made it up. This is a German short row heel. It's the first time I'm doing a German short row heel, and I did do some purl bumps in there by accident, and I was actually doing my second row of purl bumps when I noticed it, and I did not want to undo it. And it's not going to bother anybody. It's on the back of a heel of a sock, so I left it. But because I was determined I didn't want to do just vanilla socks, I've never done pattern socks. I've never finished a pair of pattern socks. I've started a few. I did like 3 purl ridges in here, and I'm really liking how that's looking. I'm enjoying the Felici. I wish it had a higher twist to it. I really like a higher twist sock yarn, But the colors are super cheerful, and like I said, it's been so dreary and sad here. I've really enjoyed it. So I just kind of knit these down as far as I thought they needed to go, and popped in a heel, and I'm working my way down the foot. We're real close, you guys. Just a couple more hours and these babies will be done. And these are signature needles. I got these at Vogue Knitting Live. We'll be moving into acquisitions session. There was a booth there, if you've seen Sue on Legacy Knits talk about, there was a booth there that had signature needles, and they had them so that you could try them. And I have been so curious about these needles. And when I could try them, I went right up to the booth. I picked up the DPNs because that's what I wanted to try. I thought, if I'm going to invest in a pair, I know I love knitting socks, and right now I'm really enjoying knitting socks on DPNs. Particularly the Afterthought Everything socks where you just knit a tube. So since that's been my very favorite thing lately, I thought it would be loads of fun to get some really nice DPNs. And I'm not sorry, the hype is real. These needles are excellent. They feel so good, like it's amazing. They are so smooth and so lovely. And the tips are very sharp, but I haven't like jabbed myself like I have with my Haya sharps. And I got a set of 5. You can get sets of 4 or sets of 5. And I might have been perfectly happy with 4, but all of my other needles are in sets of 5, and that's kind of how I've used them. I did for a little while put these on 4 needles because I currently have a boss who is a knitter, but he doesn't know how to knit them around, and he was kind of fascinated by it. So I knit these on 4 for a while to make it look less scary, because I thought maybe it looks, you know, it's all spidery, scary with all those legs. So after tax season, he wants to learn to knit them around, so I've got that on my list of things to do. And this is just a project bag that I made. Sock monkeys that's living in. This is a great sock size bag from a purse. I've sent some of these out as gifts to people, and they've reviewed really well. I thought about making some to have in my shop, but I haven't, so that may be coming up in the future. We'll see. Speaking of Vogue Knitting Live, I want to share with you the things that I got. I didn't go super crazy like I did last year, and really I took classes, and all the classes I took I really enjoyed. I did have one class where I did not enjoy my fellow students because they were so noisy. I had trouble following the class, but nevertheless, it was great. The most important thing I learned was how to prep my yarn for winding so that it doesn't get tangled, and also that if my yarn gets tangled while I'm winding it, it's my fault, not where I got the yarn from. So that was very, very important to learn. There were a few places I knew I wanted to hit up because I had either seen them there last year and knew they were going back, or I just knew they were going to be there. I wanted to go by Molly Girl. There it is, Molly Girl. I saw Molly Girl there last year, and the appealing thing at her booth was the kits. She has patterns and yarn already picked out. She has samples knit up. They look fantastic. I wanted to buy one of her kits last year, and she was right when we came in the door. And for some reason, I did not get back around there. We only went for one day to the marketplace last year. And I was really sad that I didn't get one of her kits. I did order some yarn online from her last year, a couple of months later, to knit a gift for a friend of mine. The yarn was beautiful. I loved it. Earlier this year, she had grab bags. I ordered a grab bag, and I got lots of yummy things I may not have picked for myself. But she had these kits this year, and I follow her on Instagram, and I saw this being taught as a class. And the kits weren't available in her online shop. They were only available if you took the class. This is a hat called the Flower Petal Hat, designed by Zandy Peters. And I met Sandy Peters in the elevator, just as a by-the-by. And so she had the yarn already kitted up in the amounts you need to make one hat. It has 3 or 4 sizes. Let me just show you the colors that I picked. Look at that. I know they're super bright. So this is a fingering weight, and these two are DK. I think they're the Rockstar DK. Yeah, Red Rocks. Red Rocks DK. Sorry, limited engagement Red Rocks DK. The pink one is called I'm Still a Rockstar. The dark is Electric Love. Look at the pops of neon yellow and pink and orangey red. Oh, I love that. Okay. And then this is called Safety Dance. It's a fingering weight. I'm pretty sure this is just for the I-cord, which is kind of the middle of the flower. Yeah, it's a 75-25 fingering. And this is 90 yards. This I'm Still a Rockstar, you get 140 yards. So this is 140 yards. And this one you get, I'm guessing, oh, it's 140 yards too. So this one I've caked a little looser than the other one, but they're the same amount. So I love these colors together. Pretty sure this hat's going to be for me because I've lusted after it for months now. And if you have not tried Molly Girl yarn, you should, because it's beautiful. She has lots of colors that glow under the black light. And the nice thing, I did not even realize this, I was wishing I had a download code. If you buy her kit, it does come with a download code for the pattern on the back. And Zandy's really sweet. She asked me if I'd ever done the stitch that the flower's in, and I said no, I've never even heard of that stitch. And she said, well, be sure and practice it before you just cast on your hat. So what I'll probably do is cast on my hat and work up the body, and then before I get there, I'll on some scrap yarn, you know, practice before I put the flower on the hat. But she was super nice. They've done this in workshops all over, so she knew that might be a little bit difficult for me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So another thing I got while at Vogue Knitting Live was something I had seen last year, and I wanted this last year, and I don't know why I didn't buy it. I know one of the reasons was I did not think I would be able to complete this project on my own, but I have a lot more confidence in my skill set now. So I went by the Lexicor / One Geek to Craft Them All booth, and I picked up this Wonder Woman ornament kit. The kit comes with everything you need to make one ornament. This is a plastic rather than a glass ornament because you do have to knit it inside. And I even talked to Lexi, and she was like, yeah, I was going to get glass balls, but I thought if you drop that and break that, I mean, she said if I dropped it and break that, I would be heartbroken. And I was like, well, I would too. So, but it has beads, it has the little lasso, there's even a hook, so you don't have to have your own hook to hang that ornament on your tree. I'm probably not going to just hang it on my tree. I'm probably going to keep it out year round because it's Wonder Woman, and that's how I roll. Something else that was high on my list was I had gotten a Knitmore box this past year, and I had tried the Barmaid's Lolo probiotic deodorant. I love this. I went and I bought at least one of every flavor. They have lavender and rose, which was the kind that came in the kit, so I already knew I liked that scent. They have a bergamot lime, which is my absolute favorite. Not everyone likes this. There were other people there when I was buying, and they did not like it at all. Oh, the lime comes through. So I know it's for my underarms. Whatever. It smells good. So it's bergamot lime. Not everybody likes this. It's very limey. It makes my mouth water. And then this is cucumber melon, which I feel like a lot of people like. This is not my favorite, but they all smelled good. So I got one of each and 2 of the bergamot because that was my favorite. I wanted to stock up. You can buy this online. I just was excited I was going to get to see them there and pick it out in person. And so I wanted to get it from them in person. And I also got, oh, I totally forgot about this, Magic Face Pudding. This was the one thing I didn't pick up at their booth last year that I was super sorry I didn't get. And so I got some face pudding. I'm going to use this tonight now that I had put all my stuff in a bag that I got there so that I wouldn't use it or get it lost or separated so I could share it with everybody. And now I'm looking for Pretty sure I got something else that I'm not seeing. Oh, I had planned to get, that's something I didn't buy. I had planned to get a little bit of yarn. I was not going to go yarn crazy. I'm sorry, there are some things here that I didn't actually buy there. There you go, fill in my bag. My favorite color of hedgehog fibers is pollen. I had bought some to knit a shawl for my mom last year, which is a shawl that is still, that's frogged right now. Also, skill set did not match it at the time. I'm feeling much more confident. But I found pollen. This is the Sporty Merino. They had 4 skeins. I'm gonna have a sweater. This is my yellow. I can't wear every yellow, but this is my yellow, and I love this yarn so much. And 3 or 4 people were helping me come up with the 4 skeins because I had found 3, and I was like, I want one more just in case, because I'm pretty sure 3 will get it, but if not, I want 4. So I have 1,600 yards of my very favorite yellow. That's going to be a sweater for me. I just have to pick out what sweater this wants to be. And then last year I picked up a skein of yarn from Bay Haven Short Tails, and the sheep last year that my yarn was from's name was Hazel. That's like their main #1 lady sheep there, and it was a small skein like this one, and it wasn't really enough to do anything with by itself. So this year I went back and I'm like, I need a natural color to go with Hazel, and this is one of Hazel's sons. So his name is not on here, but the owner told me that this is one of Hazel's sons. So the Hazel yarn that I have is brown, and it has little pink noops in it. So I'm very excited to combine them in a project together. I'm just making sure there's nothing else in here. I got this awesome, oh, I did get something from One Geek to Craft Them All. I knew I did. I was trying to find, I got a Dalek. I got a set of Doctor Who stitch markers, and it's a Dalek, and then these beautiful red and black stitch markers. So he makes me smile. One Geek to Craft Them All is amazing, and Marcia is so sweet. And I didn't see her when I bought these. I saw Lexi, and because they shared a booth, and then I went back the next day and saw Marcia and said hi, and she was busy, so I didn't get a picture with her. I got a picture with Lexi, but yay! You should check her out because she has great stitch markers. And then I went to this place called 3 Sisters, and they had really cool project bags. They're big. They're like craft bags, and they have all kinds of shapes and sizes. And I went to Vogue Knitting Live with my sister-in-law, and we each got a bag. They use reclaimed fabrics. They use fabrics that are going to be sent to a landfill from manufacturers and from thrift stores. Anyway, this bag. It's got a little, that's from me carrying it around. Sorry. Traveling with it because it couldn't go in a suitcase because our suitcases were too full. But look at the pattern matching skills, you guys. It's these 3 sisters. They're very lovely. I met 2 of them. And look at the pockets inside. And because I spent a certain amount of money, I got a little free notions pouch or what have you. But they have very kindly donated a 20% off coupon code for listeners of watchers of the podcast. Yeah, here's their tag. It's 3 Green Sisters. They have an Etsy shop. There'll be a link in the show notes, and the coupon code for 20% off, which they have so kindly donated to the podcast. And I have birds, so I got birds. And my sister-in-law got a bag too. Hers is really cool, and it also has the amazing pattern matching, so you can kind of adjust the size of your bag with these snaps, and then know that, you know, your bag is environmentally friendly, because otherwise this would have gone into a landfill. So go buy their bags. They are amazing. This is great for sweater size or large projects. You can put multiple projects in here for traveling. It's great for on a plane or a train. And it's good for other crafting. If you wanted to put all of your planner goodies in here, it would fit all of those nicely. I'm kind of pinning myself in the floor here. When I got home from Vogue Knitting Live, I found out that some yarn I had ordered from Pandia's Jewels was in. She did some Star Wars yarn. She did some Princess Leia themed yarn, I'm sorry, after the death of our princess. And she also had this really cool sock set called Vader. And this is the Vader yarn with some red for heels, toes, and cuffs, if you like. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Valentine socks for my spouse because he loves Star Wars as much as I love Star Wars. And then she had these kits. So she did these notions tins, and inside there's some goodies. The best thing happens while you're dancing. Sorry. I was gonna try to put these all together and see if I can show them to you. She does these she has these great styled drawings that she does. So inside the notions tin, there's travel size scissors with a little bejeweledness. There's some interlocking, the safety pin style stitch markers. There's a couple of those. And then there's a needle, a darning needle, and beautiful stitch markers with her artwork. So there's a blaster. There's our princess. I'm sorry, these are a little blown out. There we go. There's our princess. I just dropped them. There's the Death Star. And there's R2. Sorry, you guys, it's getting a little blown out. Anyway, they're amazing. And then I got, she gave me a sample of the colorway called When You Try to Rescue Your Boyfriend and End Up a Slave Girl on Tatooine, which is really pretty. I totally get the slave girl outfit and Tatooine in there. But she did this colorway called You're My Only Hope. And I had to get 2 skeins of this. One skein came with the stitch marker tin. It was a set, but I sent her an email and she said, of course you can order a second skein. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's so pretty and kind of really princessy, delicate, you know, Princess Leia-y, princessy. So I needed that. So those are all my recent acquisitions, except for one that I made because of my test knit shawl, and I can't share that with you. So that is the haul from Vogue Knitting Live. That's all my acquisitions. This may turn into a girl from the grocery store shawl, but I'm not sure. That's kind of why I got to, but then I kind of also want to make Star Wars socks. I'm tossing about the idea for a Star Wars sock cowl, you know, to culminate on May the 4th, Star Wars Day. So you'll hear more from that in the future, I'm pretty sure. I'm well on my way with some socks this year. So as you can see, I have one that's almost a hoe that I hope to have completed as a completed pair when I come back. Sorry, I'm just looking at the mess around me. I did try the German short row heel. I'm not in love with it. It has some little holes that, from what I've looked up online, are supposed to be considered decorative, but I don't really like holes in my socks, so I don't know that I'll be doing it again. I'll be doing it on the second sock, and I'll try to snug it up some more, but I love the Afterthought heel. So far, that's my very favorite one. And I really love the Vanilla is the New Black heel. So let me know your guys' favorite heels and send me a message, or we can talk about it in the group on Ravelry. The other thing I wanted to share with you is I have a part-time job at paper stores, and I used to do a lot of planning. I have an old planner, yeah. I used to do more planning than I have this year so far, but I'm getting back into it. So this is the kind of thing I used to do in the planner. I didn't do it for every month. I didn't do it for every week, but this is my old planner. Oh, and there's little notes. Oh, I got stuff falling out. As you can see, some of it's not quite as fancy. But I bought a planner in October because I had a credit on my Amazon account. And it's I don't remember what kind it is now. I'll try to put it here. I'll go look. But when I tried to get restarted planning, I was like, oh, I wish I had labels. I hate the paper that's in it. I love the planner. It's really cute. It's A5 size, so it's bigger than this. This was not big enough for me. And last year I got one of those happy planners, and it kind of doesn't hold up to carry around in your purse or whatever. But I have a part-time job at Paper Source, and I was wanting some labels and things, so I got, these are labels. These are, I don't remember what size. These are oval labels, so the shape's on the back. So I have some oval labels. I have some rectangular labels. Some more oval labels in different, well, that's the same pink. And then I have some round labels, and my favorite mustardy yellow. And I have some silver and gold and white pens from Paper Source that I can use to write on those. And then I got these labels too, because like I said, I hate the paper that's in my planners. All my favorite pens bleed through, and I actually bought some La pens because I really like these, and I'm hoping they don't bleed through. But I got them in a rainbow of colors to write in my planner. And then I also picked up these at Paper Source. You can also get them at scrapbooking stores online, but if you have a Paper Source, they have really good stuff for your planners. And they have planners, but I didn't get my planner there. I got it on Amazon because I got it before I started working there. But anyway, so that's just heads up for you planner peeps. If you were looking for some things, you can check the local Paper Source. And they're online, and they have sales all the time, so you might like them anyway. I think that's going to be all for today, you guys. I have really enjoyed talking to you. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope I haven't been looking over to the side too much. I've tried really hard to maintain eye contact with you, and I hope that you have a lovely, lovely week, and let me know what you're working on. Tag me on Instagram. Tell me what you're doing. Thanks so much. Like, click, and subscribe. Have a nice day.